I, Donald John Trump.
When Donald Trump came into office in January, he signaled a major shift in U.S. foreign policy. Trump said the U.S. would no longer guarantee security for its allies for free.
Nobody uses leverage better than me.
In his first term in office, the U.S. president never visited Africa, and his relationship with the continent was lukewarm at best. But there are signs of a shift in U.S. Africa policy. According to the State Department, the United States will now focus more on commercial deals in Africa in exchange for U.S. assistance. In the first 3 months of the Trump administration, the State Department says over $6 billion worth of deals were signed with African countries. The U.S. is pushing for a peace deal between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. This could lead to the end of fighting in the mineral-rich Eastern DRC and be accompanied by mineral deals that would bring billions of dollars of Western investment to the region. In exchange for security support, Kinshasa is offering Washington exclusive mining opportunities. The country has major mineral reserves, including those needed for green transition, shifting the world to renewables. This comes on the back of another minerals deal with Ukraine, which an expert says is indicative of President Trump's transactional approach.
He's bringing his business acumen and experience into global U.S. diplomacy. In other words, he's saying, and he's asking the question, for you to get American help, what is in it for the United States of America? It is very transactional, and he's realized when it is transactional, he limits it to being a bilateral engagement. When you reduce it to a bilateral relationship, it's very easy to craft and tailor-make that agreement into something that favors the Americans more.
Meanwhile, Kigali is engaged in talks with Washington to host deported migrants from the U.S. The U.S. would likely provide funding and other investment opportunities in return.
For African countries, the lesson for us is, number one, to become more reliant and not become more reliant in terms of where we get our resources and how we manage our resources. But in terms of engaging partners like the United States of America, is what do we have to put on the table that would give us leverage to make America want to deal with us as equal partners.
Trump is due to host the U.S. Africa Summit in Washington later this year. The success of the new U.S. Africa policy could likely be measured against how many deals the U.S. can sign with African countries. Bobat Nagila, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.